Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Yuridia On Air. We're here with my best friend right now, Yesenia. How are you?
Nice to see you
Thank
again.
you for being here.
I love being here. This is a great space to share information with people, and thank you for having me once again. Super happy and excited to be here and share some really cool information and news.
Yes, we have amazing news today. We are launching. Check it out because this is hot news. This is premiere. We have behind the scenes information. We have a new show that you're going to tell us about it. And also today, we're going to have another live show in the new channel. So tell us, Yesenia. Well, for those who don't know Yesenia, I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself.
Yeah.
But I want to say that she's one of the best friends I have. We know each other for over 10 years. And then we reconnected, and now we're like going everywhere. And we've been doing a lot of networking. You do a lot of events for the community. You work at the mayor's office. You have an amazing family. I love your kids, your husband. So we are friends. And we were talking about like doing new adventures. And finally, after just talking, it's real now.
It's a reality.
It's a reality, and I can't wait to share the news with everybody. She's gonna tell us about what we're doing, and oh my God, I'm just gonna let her talk because we have so many good stuff going on right now.
We do have some juicy news, and super excited to kind of venture with you on this project. We've talked about having a channel aside from all the channels that Yuridia already has that are super successful and lots of followers. We thought we'd start a channel that is called Exploring Nebraska. And so we will be showing folks different spaces that are family friendly, that are for those that are single as well, can join us on this venture. But we are going to be exploring Nebraska in many different ways, whether that is a museum, events, like the one that we'll be sharing about this weekend, that it's going to be a great event, but all also considering low budget. We're going to try to find you places to visit, especially during the winter time. We know that when winter comes around, people want to just
especially us Latinos that we come
Latinos
from
are, we wanna, the cold is coming, that's it. We go into bear mode. We want to hibernate and not know anything about the winter, but winter time is a great time to explore Nebraska. There's lots of different museums and lots of activities that are gonna be happening, especially during the holidays. There's some really cool things that happen during the holidays
but
here.
we don't know. There's how many of us that are not aware of the places that we can go out, especially if we have kids. You want something that is going to have fun for the children and for the parents, because sometimes I want to go without my kids, So this shows is about basically tourism, right?
Yeah.
Like places that you can go with the kids or no kids or just in general.
Exactly. So we'll be sharing with this channel. Sharing this new channel with everyone. Obviously, we want to welcome everybody. A lot of our content will be in Spanish, but obviously we're bilingual, so we want to share our bilingualism with all of you. So a lot of this information will be in Spanish, but we'll also be throwing some information in English as well. So please stay tuned, connect with us. Later this afternoon, what do we got going on? We got some really cool stuff happening this weekend. Day of the Dead is here. It's a celebration that happens on the 1st of November and the 2nd of November, and it's worldwide. We were just sharing this earlier. It's a worldwide event, celebration to remember those that have passed, family members, friends that we want to remember, and share stories about. I mean, it was really cool that that's the way that you remember your those family members that have passed. It's the day where you go visit them at the cemetery or just share stories or do an altar with all of the things they enjoy. It's celebrated in many different ways. And in Latin America, they also celebrate. And again, worldwide, this is something that is becoming very popular, colorful.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
When you're Mexican, it's like, oh, well, it's just over here. But yeah, I remember, like I was playing to you in the other show, that I never met my grandfather. If it was, and I never, because he died before I was born. But every year for the Day of the Dead, we will go to the cemetery. That was our family tradition. You go to the cemetery and you clean up, you put fresh
Bring
flowers,
flowers,
candles,
yeah.
and then get people around. People bring food. There's some food taco trucks outside too, but or vendors, you know, and music. And there's always musician, live music. Or you can bring, you know, your boom bats too. But people get together and all the stories, and then I'll see the pictures, and that's how I met my grandfather. I saw pictures of him, different pictures, and then friend of him will come and visit and say, "Oh yeah, I came here to say hello to your grandfather." And I said, "Do you know him?" "Yeah, I met him when we were little," and everybody will tell a story. Now I know his favorite music, food, his personalities, his joke, what he used to do, and all this thing because of that.
That's
If it wasn't for that, or the same thing from my mom's side, I recall my grandma would bring flour for like a tiny cemetery, you know, ¿cómo se dice tumba? Like
Yeah,
a
the grave.
The grave. And I said, who are these? They're like, they're your uncles. And I'm like, what? Yeah, I had twins, but you know, they passed away. And so even people that I didn't know, because sometimes that doesn't come in a conversation, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, I grew up not knowing that it was a tradition. I grew up just thinking, oh, that's what we do every Day of the Dead. Then you come to America, and sometimes you lose that tradition with the children. But we brought the Day of the Dead bread, which that's another tradition that we celebrate that. And then also here in Bellevue, Nebraska, so the new show, we're going to launch a live show today at 3 p.m. Central Time. And we're going to go to a berry farm, and they are going to celebrate the Day of the Dead, right? You've been there before. I have never been there. So that's one of the reasons that we're launching this new channel, Explora Nebraska, so we can go to places, record live, or, you know, record and then send them, but everybody can find out about these places, right? So tell us, because you've been there before, right?
Join us for sure. Explora Nebraska. Yeah, so it's apparently an event that's happened. I think this is their 5th year. Don't quote me on that, but it's been an event that's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And this year, once again, they will be celebrating Day of the Dead at Bellevue Berry Farm. And after the show, we'll share those links with you where you can click on it and share, and you'll get to see the times, the location exactly. But Bellevue Berry Farm has been a place that I've known for quite some time. I think there's various events that happen there throughout the year. They do a medieval sort of weekend celebration midsummer. They also had
they have pumpkin patch. Is it a pumpkin
It's
patch?
a pumpkin patch. They have a haunted hayrack ride.
Wow.
It's a Bellevue Berry Farm. Also in the summer, you'll see berries of all sorts that you can go pick with your family, and lots of different activities. In the summer, they run their taco ride, so you get to ride your bike, get there, have some fresh food and some drinks, and they usually have live music. So the Bellevue Berry Farm's been around for quite some time. But the Day of the Dead, again, I want to say this is their 5th year. It's an event that, I mean, again, every year it's gotten bigger and bigger.
I'm excited to go because I heard
bigger and bigger. They're going to have Catrinas. There's going to be food, traditional food, folklore music, makeup. I mean, it's going to be. Last year, if I remember correctly, or maybe it was the year before that, obviously the pandemic kind of slowed things down for them, but every year I feel like it's gotten bigger. I mean, this year they're doing a phenomenal job with marketing. I think now lots of people know about it, so expect a lot of people.
Yes.
It's going to be a great, great day to come out. The weather's going to be perfect. I think it's going to be in the 60s or high 50s. Wow, so it's really just a sweater, dress comfortably.
No high heels.
No high heels. But Bellevue Berry Farm is pretty easy access to. It's just south of 24th Street. It's on like 48th and Cornhusker, south of Cornhusker and 48th. So it's pretty easy to get there. Plenty of parking. Again, connect with us later today.
Do I need to bring like a wagon or something for the kids?
You know, if you have littles, yeah, a wagon is okay. Again, it's almost like your Skinny Bones, your Valis, but at a much smaller scale.
And cheaper.
More intimate, less expensive, that's for sure. So yeah, we'll be there this afternoon, sort of behind the scenes, going through the entire space, so then you get to see firsthand what that looks like, where the entrance is at, what does parking look like. We'll kind of try to capture every
That's
nook
a
and
good
cranny.
idea that we're gonna go today because the event is tomorrow and Sunday, right? So we're gonna go today at 3 p.m. So mark the calendar. We're gonna
Put it
put the
on your-
information,
yep.
put it in there. Subscribe the channel so that way when you see Nebraska, Explora Nebraska,
Explora Nebraska.
subscribe and the bell so that way when we go live, you get a notification. Okay? We're gonna be on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, but we're gonna go there today at 3 p.m. so you can see the whole dynamics, where to park, what do they have, the time, the show, the food. Oh my God, I'm excited because that way when you go tomorrow, you know where to park,
what to
you know
expect,
how much it
sorta, yeah.
costs, everything. So we're gonna have all the information because I'm sure they're gonna tell us about the prices and
Yep.
little things like that, like do I bring a scroller, like what do I wear, you know, stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm
It's
excited.
it's an outdoor event, and there are also a couple of big barns where you can go and heat up a little bit if it gets cold. But again, the weather is going to be perfect. It's going to be great to come out and enjoy a day outside. It's going to be one of our last few days to enjoy
I can't wait to bring my
the
kids.
outdoors. But if you stick with us, we're going to show you a couple different other spaces and places that you can take your family and your kids to enjoy during the winter times. We don't want you to be stuck at home. We want you to come out and explore Nebraska with us. So stay tuned for that. And again, Yuri, you're going to post all the links. So subscribe, connect with us so that you know what's happening next, because we have more things to share after this event with Bellevue Berry Farm. But man, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm thrilled to be there.
You're the perfect person for this show because you know everywhere.
I like to stay connected. I must say, I'd like to stay connected. And today is one of those days where there's lots going on too. There's a lot of celebrations. I know the Orpheum celebrating Day of the Dead, I think next weekend with a great concert. There's lots of activities happening in our city and throughout the state. And if you live somewhere else outside a city that you want to share what's going on, or you want to share an event that you want us to be at so that people, you have a good crowd, please let us know. We'd love to. We're going to travel all through Nebraska. Obviously, we're going to start in our
Grand Island, Hastings, we'll go there.
Yes. So let us know, connect with us in any way that you can. But yeah, super excited. Day of the Dead is something that is celebrated again worldwide. All of Latin America celebrates it. It's a celebration that's been going on for more than 500 years, from what I learned. We had at the Mexican consulate yesterday, there was a presentation on the meaning and how far this...
I saw some pictures. Like they were doing like a little red carpet thing.
Yeah, they had a little, Catrinas were displayed. They had a beautiful altar of ofrendas and bread and just all the flowers that they put out are just beautiful.
The ladies that were wearing the makeup and the whole, that was part of UNO, or what was it?
They're from, I want to say, one of the girls, either Elizabeth was there.
Oh, okay.
Elizabeth, so I think she dressed them up and they got to do a little parade of what a Catrina looks like, and the presentation was excellent. I learned something new about this celebration every year, but it really is just remembering. It's almost like more than 500 years.
Wow.
This is before, like, I mean, this goes out, like, you know, more than 500 years ago. This has
and it's celebrated worldwide.
And there were many different. It was an entire week long of celebration. This was again almost 500 years ago. 5 days of celebration. Each, whether it was a female that passed away because of childbirth, there was a celebration day for that. There was a celebration for the elderly, the young kids that passed. And then eventually, as you know, things changed and religion came into the world, things became, you know, the 5 days were consolidated into 2. So now it's the 1st of November and the 2nd of November. But really, it's celebrated through, I think, the first 2 weeks of November, people celebrated in different ways.
Oh, yeah, we start early. Because
I mean, we started,
that's when you go to the bakery and you find pan de muerto.
Pan de muerto. We haven't tried it. It is a delicious.
The one I grew up with was this one, but when I went today to the bakery, they had and they have a pink one.
They have, they're making them more colorful. And Yesterday when we were at this presentation, someone asked, how did Coco do in terms of like
Was it a good
really
representation?
representation of the culture and the celebration? And I think the presenter who's a professor at, said it wasn't quite, but it's a good start. And people, because of the movie, I mean, it's now again something that's celebrated globally, and that really all folks of all cultures and backgrounds want to commemorate the celebration. It's really almost like a Memorial Day.
It's a memorial. I get more people that they're not from Mexico, and they told me, oh yeah, the day, now I know the Day of the Dead is not Halloween. And I said, no, it's not Halloween for us.
Yeah.
It's Memorial Day.
Yeah, it's a remembrance of those that passed, and the really neat thing about the presentation, she mentioned that there were various worlds where they were waiting to either reincarnate, or, I mean, the story and the history of it is really significant, but it just had a lot of like, it was a story. It is a mystery, because I think different levels of death, and it wasn't something that, they said it wasn't something that we now use as a punishment, whether you're going to heaven or hell, and those are, religious beliefs as well, and I don't want to change anybody's mind, but there was different levels of where you landed depending on your age, or whether you were a female or a mother or a young person or an elderly person. And the story is really interesting. If you haven't, I was, again, I had learned so much yesterday.
Sometimes we celebrate things and we don't even know, like,
why we're celebrating them. Exactly. We just celebrate because it's a celebration, and it's in us to celebrate.
I don't know how Christmas came, but I'm going to buy gifts.
That's an interesting story too.
That's another story.
Where did Santa Claus come from?
Where's Jesus?
Well, we're gonna dig into some of those celebrations as we go along.
Yeah, well, like, it makes sense. There was a time I remember that's why we have the Day of the Dead, the 2 days. One, that everybody that passed away you celebrated, and then the other days only like children, like minors, like babies or something. I remember that, and we call it Angels Day.
Yeah,
because they were innocent.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think that was mentioned yesterday.
That's how I remember.
The presentation was super interesting. I want to learn more about it. You can learn more about it by joining us later this afternoon. Yes. Coming out to Bellevue Berry Farm Saturday and Sunday. The day is going to be just great to come out and learn more about the culture and the celebration. Yes. Eat some delicious food.
I can't wait to eat.
Take some great pictures.
Calories don't count tomorrow. I already told
Calories
myself.
don't count. Calories don't count.
Plus, I'm going to walk them off. So.
We are going to walk them off. You get to walk them off. The place is
that's what I'm
pretty
tell myself.
Cool adventure. So.
And they're going to have live music. They're going to have rock en español. I heard that.
Really?
Yapanas, the rock en español, which I haven't heard that in 20 years.
I didn't know that piece.
Oh,
I didn't know that piece.
Yes, they're going to have, that's what Elizabeth was telling me.
Oh, cool.
That I hope they haven't changed that, but we'll confirm that today. But they told me that we're going to have a band, rock en español. So I can't wait to hear that.
There you go. Going back to the 80s, 90s,
the
rock.
80s, and my kids. And I just love activities that I can do with my kids, because I don't have to worry about like who's going to watch them. I have to go back home.
Yeah.
No, so they're there. And that way, when they get home, let
me tell you, I've dragged my kids along to events where they're kind of kicking, screaming. They're like, I don't want to go. And then they say, thanks for bringing me along, Mom. Yes. I learned this, or I didn't know this is how this worked, or I took them to go volunteer. I told you I had them go volunteer at the Southeast Precinct to put up their little haunted house. And my oldest was like, I don't want to do it. And once he was there, he's like, oh, that's how you put together a haunted house. Thanks, Mom.
Part of it.
And now he knows and understands a little bit of the creativity and the behind the scenes of how do you create a haunted house, or, and so.
And it's better than him staying at home.
Even if your kids say, no, I don't want to go, or that's going to be no fun, bring them along, because they're going to enjoy the day. And that's the best time, when you have, you spend some time with your kids. We're such busy parents, and everything is go, 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 go. Then when you take a little bit of time.
It takes a village.
Yeah, it really does to raise our children. And events like this where you can bring them along and learn about a different culture, and really see people of all walks of life and colors, and it's going to be a great 2-day event.
Yes. I'm excited. My mom just came, and so she's gonna come and visit, and I'm sure she will love it too. Because that's the thing, new people come here and they want to go out. They don't, you have to do something with your life. It's not just work.
Yeah.
You also need to get out and explore, meet other people, enjoy
what the city has to offer, what the state has to offer.
And now that you work in the city, that you can share that information with us. Like, for instance, the new park. Like, I didn't even know there was a ring.
Oh gosh, yeah. So the new Jean Leahy Mall. Yeah, a lot of people still haven't explored.
And is it free or?
We have during the summer there were thousands of people that visited that space. See? There is a skating ring. You can rent your skates there. They have a little
everything in there.
Skate rental space, so you rent your skates, or you can bring your own skates. And there's music, and I mean, there's just all kinds of activities. Obviously, now that the winter's coming, that might not be the ideal place, but there's going to be ice skating rings everywhere. Downtown has at least the Conagra did this every winter. They would put up a skating ring, and all you have to do is bundle up and get out
and
do
everywhere
some
where
skating.
I can move.
So staying active during the winter could be so tough, but there's lots of activities that we're going to try to show you at low cost, and again, with the entire family, or you can go enjoy on your own without your kids. But we're going to try to find spaces and places that are affordable and that are going to be fun for everybody. So please join us. It's going to be
even if I want to bring the dog,
for me, for you, for anybody that connects. It's going to be a great time to really get to see spaces.
Okay. Well, I'm going to share all that information. Let's see if we have any comments. So far, we have one. Abraham Gomez is watching.
Abraham.
Abraham.
Besitos.
He said, because of the movie 007, we have in Mexico City a big parade. Oh, I didn't know that. And then he laughed. Yeah, calories don't count. I guess he was
not on the weekend. Not on the weekend. You want to enjoy.
When we go outside, that doesn't count.
Yeah,
so,
especially if you're being active and you're going to be walking around and,
Yes, why? I mean, even if I eat something, I'll walk it off.
That's
what I'm going to tell myself. Because they say the mind is powerful. So that's what
I love your thinking.
They probably will have alcohol too. Or mocktails too.
Yep.
Champurrados. I heard something
about
that.
I hope they have champurrado. It's
we're going to tell all the information because we're going to have a lot of questions for the host. We're going to interview Elizabeth and Fabiola, right? Today, 3 p.m. So stay tuned. I'm going to share the channel, Explora Nebraska, and we're going to be live. So thank you again. Thank you again, my amiga.
Thank you for having me.
You guys are going to see more of this.
You're going to see more of us. Get used to it. It's going to be fun.
Yes.
It'll be a ride.
Explora Nebraska. Thank you very much.